Welcome to a special classic game room because today we're taking a fun-filled trip through my entire Atari 2600 collection, starting with Pac-Man on the Atari 2600. Number 1, Pac-Man. Alright, Pac-Man is number 1. Let's get started with some of my boxed Atari 2600 games like Senran disregard that one. Sword Quest, Earthworld, Basic Programming, Gravitar, Haunted House, Dark Chambers, Sword Quest, Fireworld, Porky's, Combat, Xenophobe, Junior Pac-Man, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Moto Rodeo, Yar's Revenge, Actionauts, Pac-Man, Secret Quest, Sprint Master, the Activision Decathlon, Space Shuttle, Title Match, Pro Wrestling, and then these are 7800, and that's 5200 game, and Omega Race. So let's add these up and move over to the shelves. Alright, now each of these shelves has 64 Atari games. So we're starting with 22 in the boxes, and that first copy of Pac-Man, the first of many. I need to get some LED lighting up here to highlight the tops of these games, but let's start with good old Combat, one of many. Stampede, No Escape, Video Pinball, Football, Space Chase, another Combat, Barnstorming, Space Invaders, Ice Hockey, Skateboarding, Brain Games, Basketball, Boxing, Basketball Adventure, Basic Programming, Bugs, Bowling, Enduro, Pitfall, Asteroid, the wonderful Yar's Revenge, Basic Math, woo! Ghostbusters, Home Run, Steeplechase, Video Chess, Firefighter, Real Sports Football, Burger Time, Astro Blast, Real Sports Football, Dragonfire, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Casino Outlaw, Missile Command, Home Run, Indy 500, Star Raiders, Star Wars, the arcade game, Defender, Decathlon, Donkey Kong Dodge'em, Surround, Dodge'em, Galaxian, Air Sea Battle, Casino Championship Soccer, Skiing, Missile Command, and over here I had a stack where the labels fell off, so let's add them. Tron Deadly Discs, love that game. Telegames, Interplanetary Ballistic Missiles, Cookie Monster Monster Munch, or Cookie Monster Munch, Circus Atari, Backgammon, and Defender. And yes, that was one of several copies of E.T. in my collection. So let's move on to, and I forgot Blackjack. Alright, that's first shelf there's 64. We'll add these up at the end. Moving on to some more Space Invaders, Adventure, Raiders of the Lost Ark, another E.T., Defender, Kaboom, Cosmic Ark, Home Run, Haunted House, Fantastic Voyage. I forget what that one is. I'll look at it at the end. Football, Freeway, Shark Attack, Video Checkers, Solar Fox, Combat, Fall Down, Missile Command, Math Grand Prix, Street Racer, Pole Position, Defender, Haunted House, River Raid, Crystal Castles, The Adventures of Tron, Space Attack, Sword Quest, Waterworld, Wizard of War, Juno First, Real Sports Soccer, Dark Chambers, Crossbow, Night Driver, Berserk, Breakout, Kroll, Maze Craze, Adventure, Asteroids, Casino, Air Sea Battle, Surround, Worm War 1, Demons to Diamonds, Galaxian, Superman, Millipede, Super Breakout, Mario Brothers, Space Cavern, Pitfall 2, Alien, Stargate, Hangman, Fast Food, Video Olympics, and Lock and Chase over here. Without the labels, we've got Canyon Bomber. The top of that stack is Air Raiders, Lost Luggage, another Air Sea Battle, and Starship. All right. We've got a Football without a label, which belongs on this shelf, and on the very top we have Piece O' Cake. Looks like that label fell off also. Breakout, Slot Racers, Snake, Quick Step, Asteroids, Missile Command, Pac-Man, 3D Tic-Tac-Toe, Pac-Man, Missile Command, Mega Mania, Video Pinball, Skydiver, Warlords, Pac-Man. It's the worst version of Pac-Man. Missile Command, Real Sports Tennis, Maze Craze, Ms. Pac-Man, Video Olympics, Football, Defender, Golf, Miniature Golf, Star Voyager, Frogger, Jungle Hunt, Egomania, Air Sea Battle, Planet Patrol, Cubert, Phoenix, Towering Inferno, Combat Reactor, Sword Quest, Fireworld, Enduro, Real Sports Volleyball, Freeway, Star Trek, Strategic Operations Simulator, Spider Fighter, Space Invaders, Spider-Man, Stampede, Backgammon, Pitfall. Whew, it's a lot of Atari games. Math Grand Prix, Space Invaders, Outlaw, Robot Tank, Midnight Magic, Space Jockey, Mousetrap, Blackjack, Desert Falcon, Video Olympics, Radar Lock, Kaboom, Video Chess, Cubert, Fishing Derby, and another Yar's Revenge. Let's tally up these shelves. We're up to 214. The game that I couldn't remember was MASH. And here's my autographed copy of Journey Escape, signed by Bob Bryce, the producer, and Steve Perry of Journey. Here's my Anthony Daniels signed copy of The Empire Strikes Back. So we'll move those over here, add them to this shelf, where I'm starting with Lock and Chase, Squeezebox, Tennis, Warlords, Target Fun, Sneak and Peek, Sequest, Turmoil, Secret Quest, Sorcerer, E.T., Racquetball, Infiltrate, 61 Basic Math, G.I. Joe, Cobra Strike, Chopper, Command, Tunnel Runner, River Raid 2, Oink, Combat, Sword Quest, Earthworld, Space Jockey, Smurf, Rescue in Gargamel's Castle. That was a fun review. Circus, Star Wars Jedi Arena, Dragster, Laser Gates, Circus, Atari, Skydiver, Mountain King. That was a fun review. Football. That's Demon Attack up top. Star Master, Centipede, Solaris, Gyrus, Kangaroo, Super Baseball, Spy Hunter, Home Run, Amadar, Beam Rider, Donkey Kong, Commander Raid, Sword Quest, Fireworld, Jawbreaker, Megaforce, Laser Blast, Carnival, Superman, Demons to Diamonds, Adventure, Asteroids, Video Olympics, Tutankhamun, Memory Match, Star Raiders, Riddle of the Sphinx, Atlantis, Firefly, Warp Lock, and a River Raid. So we've got 214 plus 64 more, and then we move on over here. So far, by my calculations, I'm up to 278, and I knocked one off the back of the shelves as I was organizing them, so it was one of the M Network cartridges, probably a duplicate of Astro Blast or something, but I'll look for that at the end. 278, starting on top here, Track and Field, Solar Storm, Space Invaders, Space Shuttle, Moonsweeper, Venture, Real Sports Football, Slot Racer, Space War, Laser Gates, Space Invaders, Star Raiders, Robot Tank, Berserk, Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, Death Star, Battlestar, Raiders. These all had their labels worn off the tops. Rampage, Video Pinball, and Basketball. I'll be getting my PAL 7800 tweaked so that I can play Rampage and a couple other PAL games that I've got here. Astro Blast, that's actually 7800 Centipede. I believe that's Flash Gordon. I'll have to double check that. Star Master, another one I forget what that is offhand. I'll look in a moment. Fathom, Battlezone, Yar's Revenge, Final Approach, the wonderful Moon Patrol, Word Zapper, Winter Games, Pac-Kong, Slot Racers, and another Space War. Down here we've got, I actually had to expand my Atari shelves, so I'm moving the Sega Mark III stuff out of the way to a different shelf. Double Ender with Zonox, Zonox Double Ender of Spike's Peak, Ghost Manor, Chuck Norris, Super Kicks, and Artillery Duel, MASH, Flag Capture, Frontline Othello, Backgammon, Star Master, Atari Video Cube, Riddle of the Sphinx, Canyon Bomber, Tac Scan, Ms. Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Zaxxon, Human Cannibal, Trick Shot, Skyjinx, and Race. By my calculations, I'm up to 331. A couple of the ones I couldn't see the labels on were Revenge of the Beefsteak Tomatoes, it's Flash Gordon, and a copy of Night Driver. And of course here we have the rare Sword Quest Air World, which is actually just a magnet. Just kidding. That one doesn't count, but it should. There's not games in these, but my friends Jason and Victoria hooked me up with some boxes for Atari 2600 games over the weekend, which I'll be adding to my collection of boxed games. So thank you once again, Jason and Victoria. Looking good. Oh, and I have some games hiding in the Sears Telegames Video Arcade. Also, a friend of mine is borrowing about 20 of them, so I'm just going to have to add those to the collection. It's 20 fairly common ones, but yeah, got a lot of Atari games. Let's see what I have hidden in the Telegames. I'll have to get the other ones in a different video, but you know I'm good for 20 more Atari games. I was filming this earlier, so as it stands now, I have about 3 times as many games as the Atari Flashback 8 Gold, except that I do have about 200 copies of Pac-Man, so maybe that doesn't count. Here's the beautiful Sears Telegames Telegames Center and the Telegames Video Arcade. Hiding on the inside, it's a little collection of cables and some duplicates that I have. Oh, actually, there's a couple games that aren't duplicates in here. Name this game. I think they would have named it. So, let's add these up here. We've got the Pitfall, an unsigned Journey Escape, Fishing Derby, Tank Plus, Target Fun, Barnstorming, Commando Raid. Ah! Another Pac-Man. Kaboom! Is this Pac-Man? No. Asteroids, Laser Blast, Skiing, Space Invaders, Star Voyager, Raft Rider. I don't think I've reviewed that yet. Spider-Man, and a copy of Breakout. Here's a look at my ultramassive video game console guide. A lot of these games have been floating around for photography sessions for that. But I just added 18 more here, so it's 331 plus 18, 349. And I just had a random copy of Berserk that must have been out for photos. Well, I can plus 1, 350. And I'm going to add 20 more because I know my buddy's borrowing the Armored Case, which has a lot of the common ones, like Super Breakout. So that's roughly 370. Getting close to 400 Atari games, if not 400 if I have a, I might have 400 if I have a stack somewhere that I forgot. So I'll check around and see if I missed any. But roughly 370 Atari games in a classic Game Room collection. If you remove the duplicates of Combat, E.T., and Pac-Man, I have at least 15 Atari 2600 games. Looking good. Thanks for watching. Classic Game Room has been brought to you by the ultra-massive Video Game Console Guide, 230 pages of video games on Amazon.com, Retro Megatreks, and how to make a video game review show that doesn't suck. And Jesus number 2. Welcome to the Patreon Lord Carnage Club being shouted from a turbo volcano. Michael and Ariana Nelson, Ian Shore, Stephen Chucknick, Al Stever, Rick DeBarros, Jason Goy, Andy Schleiss, Sergio Matthias Hergert, Philip Strabenmuller, Jack Stavris, Ohad Kane, Simon Allen, and Sean Zoltek.